contributed to the New Orleans Saints and also contributed to the Saints Hall of Fame in some capacity over an extended period of time. So again, we draw your attention to the television screens as we dim the lights to see our in memoriam. So we appreciate each and every one of those individuals that were part of the New Orleans Saints organization and or contributed to the Saints Hall of Fame. Give them a round of applause, please. Our first award to present here this afternoon is the Joe Gemelli Fleur Award. And for perspective, the information is in your program, but with regard to what the award's all about, it's about someone who's contributed to the betterment of an organization and been supportive of that organization for an enormous period of time. In this case, the New Orleans Saints. And this year's honoree certainly fits that. But you can look at the program and see some of the people that have received this because it runs the gamut from every walk of life and just great fans of the football team to people that were involved in fan clubs to media members to people that have worked for the organization. It really does run the gamut because it encompasses so many different elements of people that have done really good things to help promote this organization, the New Orleans Saints, over an extended period of time. And Joe Gemelli, for perspective on that, for those that don't know him or weren't around, he was the greatest Saints fan that there ever was. And, of course, he was responsible for the Touchdown Club being created all those years ago and paid fines for a Saints player when he got fined and because he got involved in a brawl and everything else imaginable because he loved his football team, he loved his community, and, of course, to this day he's remembered incredibly fondly with this award being named after him. He's the first president of the Saints Hall of Fame, and we always honor his legacy with this particular award. So with that, once again, we'll dim the lights, and we will draw your attention to the two screens on either side of the room to honor our Joe Gemelli Fleur Award recipient for 2022, Mr. Kevin Mangum. A graduate of Southern Mississippi with a master's degree from the University of New Orleans, Kevin Mangum joined the New Orleans Saints training staff in 1981. In 2022, Mangum is in his 42nd year serving in outstanding fashion, attending to New Orleans Saints players and helping restore them to health while keeping them healthy.
Kevin Mangum is been an outstanding employee for the New Orleans Saints. He's been here for starting your 42nd year here with the Saints out of the University of Southern Mississippi. He's been one of our longest tenured employees here. Again, an unsung job, but gives tirelessly of himself for the players, for the coaches, and for this organization. Trainer Kevin Mangum.
Mangum has served under 8 different head coaches, including Bum Phillips, Wade Phillips, Jim Mora, Rick Venturi, Mike Ditka, Jim Haslett, Sean Payton, and now Dennis Allen during his time with the Saints, along with several general managers. Mangum's longevity can clearly be traced to his excellence in his work ethic, and his ability to work with people, and his amiable, welcoming attitude and personality.
Kevin Mangum. Hey, it is Sean Payton. Just dropping you my best, and congrats for going into Saints Hall of Fame. I want you to know, in all the years I was there, I really appreciate the work you did behind the scenes with our players, getting them ready. You're always there. I don't care if it was the morning, the evening, but the time that you've served that organization has been remarkable. It's unbelievable. I don't know how you do it, but I want you to know, A, congratulations, you deserve it, and B, thank you for being a part of it all. We've had a great run, we'll continue to, and I'll be following, but enjoy this weekend, you deserve it. All right, bud.
To say that Mangum still has game would be an understatement. Mangum remains one of the very best in his field in the NFL. Let us all congratulate our Saints Hall of Fame Joe Gemelli Fleur de Lis Award winner for 2022, Kevin Mangum. Here to present Kevin with the Joe Gemelli Fleur de Lis Award is one of our previous Joe Gemelli Fleur de Lis Award recipients, and Kevin's former co-worker and boss, longtime New Orleans Saints trainer par excellence and great friend. Please welcome Dean Kleinschmidt. Dean?
Well, thank you, Kenny. That was a great trip down memory lane, Kevin, right there. That was a great tribute to you, and certainly very, very well deserved. I am honored and humbled to be asked by Kevin to be his presenter today, as he will be inducted into the New Orleans Saints Hall of Fame as our 2022 Joe Gemelli Award winner. I'm so excited and honored to be here to do so. Kevin knows me really well. When he called and invited me to be his presenter, he said, "You got to keep it short." He said because he said it's got to be under 2 minutes, because the Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Trahan, has a kill switch for the microphone, and at 2 minutes he cuts it off. So I know I'll just be talking. But it's hard, folks, to introduce someone who you've been shoulder to shoulder with in the trenches, on the sidelines, on the battlefields of the National Football League for over 20 years. And to have a colleague, you've been a colleague for over 40 years. It's hard to break that down into 2 minutes. Now, the New Orleans Saints did provide me with a bio, thanks to Greg Bensel. I got the bio, very lengthy and should be lengthy biography about Kevin. And the first sentence is that this is Kevin's 42nd year with the New Orleans Saints organization. But I'm here to tell you that the bio is wrong. The bio does not include his years in high school, when he would drive from his hometown, Tylertown, Mississippi, to David Drive, the old Saints facility, on Thanksgiving morning, because it was the only day he had off during the football season, to meet me in the parking lot to help learn, prepare, observe how we did things with the Saints, put the Saints on the field for that morning's practice. He did that many years in high school. The bio also does not include his years in college, when he came to the New Orleans Saints as a summer assistant athletic trainer, as an intern athletic trainer. Came and he worked training camp 2-a-days. Freddie, in those days we actually had 2-a-days. We had full gear, we practiced for 6 weeks. And Kevin was there and as part of that. He also came on Sundays, drove from his alma mater, the University of Southern Mississippi, Golden Eagles, drove down to the Superdome and helped us prepare the team on Sunday mornings for the team. So those things are not included in the bio, and they should be, in my estimation. Well, that brings us to January of 1981. Bum Phillips is hired as the head coach of the New Orleans Saints, and a few days later he called me into his office. And he goes, look, tell me about your department. And I said, well, Bum, we've got 3 doctors. We've got another guy and myself. And he said, stop right there. I want you to hire another guy. I want you to hire another athletic trainer. I want somebody who will come in and help with the treatments, the recovery, the rehabilitation, the record keeping, the medical records. I want all that done. I said, Bum, I got the guy. I know exactly who I want. Made one phone call to Kevin. I offered, he accepted. In the spring of 1981, he became a full-time athletic trainer with the New Orleans Saints. That was 1981. And he's been here ever since. Now, no, I did not win the Masters this year in the green jacket, to clarify, but I'm wearing the jacket today in honor of Kevin. This jacket is symbolic of membership in a National Athletic Trainers Hall of Fame. I don't know how he did it, but he submitted an application, 20-plus pages of application. He researched, he did the background work, he completed this enormous application and submitted it to the committee for a National Athletic Trainers Committee Hall of Fame. And he must have done a great job with that application because he gets me in on the first ballot. So I'm wearing the jacket in honor of him. That story in itself, that little tidbit, ought to tell you so much about Kevin. Dedicated, trustworthy, hardworking to a fault, loyal, and taking on responsibility over and above what's on his game plan. And that it really is. That's really Kevin, and that's what he was every year that we worked together, and he continues to be that way. But there's more, much more than that about Kevin, and that's way beyond being, in my opinion, an all-pro certified athletic trainer in the National Football League. He's a terrific husband to Susie, a fantastic father to their 5 children, a beloved grandfather to more grandchildren than I have fingers, a great friend and neighbor. But I think he's missing one opportunity. I think he should become an author, something like the wit and wisdom and humor of Kevin Mangum, right? Freddie, you got that? I could always count on Kevin to help us through, to get us over the rough spots with a humorous story that always would make people laugh, make people smile, and feel better. Kevin lived his life as an athletic trainer kind of like the old adage from the old movie Patch Adams, M.D., where he said, laughter is medicine. And Kevin helped us that way when we needed it most. So it's with great pride and honor that I introduce to you, for induction into the New Orleans Saints Hall of Fame, as your Joe Gemelli recipient for 1922, the best colleague, best athletic trainer, and best friend any man could ever hope for, Kevin Mangum.
All right, this is going to be a chore. Thank you so much, Dean. Thanks for the opportunity you gave me as a recent graduate of University of Southern Mississippi to come here in 1981 to be your assistant and to start my career as an athletic trainer. Thank you for your guidance, your mentorship, your leadership, your friendship, and most of all, thanks for being here today. That's what today and this weekend is all about for me. It's a time to give thanks. Thanks to so many people. Start out by saying thank you, God, for allowing me to use the gifts and talents that you provided in some small way to help the elite athletes of the New Orleans Saints, such as my friends Fast Freddie and Devereaux from Karen Crow, feel a little better each day, to rehab the injuries that they have and to be able to return to the field as quickly as possible so that they can be successful and one day be enshrined into this Saints Hall of Fame. Thank you so much to my family, my wife Susie, all my kids, one of my granddaughters who is here with me today, my oldest granddaughter, whose volleyball team just won the Alabama state championship yesterday. Thanks for the love and support through the years. I know the sacrifices that you all had to make in order to let me do my job. The extended days, the long weekends, the long weeks, the long season, the long off season. All of this takes a toll on the family because of the time it takes to do this job. The hours that are spent in the training room. And I truly appreciate that support. Thanks to the New Orleans Saints and the Benson family for allowing me to be able to do this for 42 years. I can honestly say there's not a better organization to work for in the NFL. Thank you to Ken Strahan, the Media Selection Committee, the Board of Directors of the New Orleans Saints, for nominating me and actually awarding me with the Joe Gemelli Award. To be included in the number of past recipients that have won this award is very humbling. As stated before, winners such as Dean Kleinschmidt, Dan Simmons, Silky Powell, Jay Romick, Michael Hebert, Barra Bircher, Joe Impastato, and many others. What a great group to be able to join. Thanks to all the past New Orleans Saints players and staff that I've worked with. You're all my friends. We travel so many roads together, and some of those roads have not been paved, but we survived together. There seems so much more that you need to give thanks for, so many people that have contributed. It just indicates that this award is not something that I've done by myself. It's taken the work and leadership and guidance and lots of work has gone into the success of this organization, the success of the New Orleans Saints. I guess it's kind of like my friend and past recipient of the Joe Gemelli Award, Hoagie Gajan, once said, it's like traveling down a road and you notice a turtle sitting on top of a fence post. One thing you know for sure, he didn't get there by himself. Thank you very much.